How many hours would you say you've spent this year manually inputting data into a spreadsheet? I know that's taken me a lot of time this year, and so in this video, I want to show you guys a no-code automation that I built that saves me at least 2 hours per week. So if you've ever hosted with Toro, then you know it's not super easy to understand how much you're making, how much you owe in taxes, things like that. Also, Toro has a closed API, so they don't make it really easy to get that data either. So before, what I was doing to understand my earnings from Toro a little bit better was using this spreadsheet and manually inputting all of this data from each trip. That way, these other sheets could auto-populate with data based on the raw trip data. However, you might be able to guess that manually inputting all of this data was very time consuming. And so ultimately, I wanted to figure out some way that I can automate the data import. Now, thankfully, I was able to do just that without writing any code using Make, a no-code platform that lets you integrate between different services. So in this instance, I use Gmail, ChatGPT, and Google Sheets. So I already have this connected to my demo spreadsheet. And so if I run this once, then we can see how it works. And we can see that it starts importing data over from our Gmail account. Then we can also see that all of our other tables start to be calculated as well. So in this scenario, you can see we have a Gmail module watching for our emails in our Gmail, a ChatGPT module that's basically parsing those emails for the data points we're interested in, and a Google Sheets module that is adding a row to our spreadsheet. So how do we actually build this thing? Over here in Make, I have a clean scenario that we'll start building out this automation with. So if we go to the appendix, we can see that I already have a lot of all the data values that we'll need typed out here to make it a little bit easier to import them over into Make. So we'll start by adding a Gmail module, and we'll make sure that it's watching for emails. And then we'll make sure to connect it to our Gmail instance. So Make has some really good documentation on how to do this. If you have a workplace, a Google Workspace, then this is relatively simple. It's just a button click. But if you have an @Gmail or a personal Gmail account, then this takes a little bit more time. You're going to need to refer to Make's documentation. Then we pick our folder or which inbox the scenario is going to look in for the emails that we denote. So I'll also turn on the advanced settings, so that way we can set our criteria as all emails and then set a sender email address, since we know that our emails are going to come from this email address. We also know that our subjects for all of our new bookings are going to contain is booked. Then our search phrase, this means somewhere within the body of the email, we know we're going to have the phrase cha-ching. Now, if that did change, if Toro did change the format of the emails that they send, then this would have to be updated. But it's as simple as just coming in here and retyping what the new value should be. So we're not going to mark them as red after we get them. And just for this, we'll make it 3 results. So in Make specifically, and I won't get too far into the details, but in Make specifically, your trigger, your starting action or module is only going to count for 1 operation. So we should only see 1 operation there, but our other 2 modules are going to have 3 operations based on how many emails get returned. So here we can also see we can choose where to start from, or where to start looking for emails from. And I'm just going to say all emails. So with that, we can start our next module, which is our ChatGPT module. And right here, they already have an action for chat to transform text to structured data. And this module does take the longest amount of time, and I'll show you guys why. So first, you're going to make sure you establish that connection with your OpenAI account. Then you're going to choose which model, which version of ChatGPT you're going to use. I found that for my purposes, 4 has just been a little bit more consistent in parsing the data I'm looking for in each email and understanding what I'm asking it to do. But next, in our text to parse, we're going to make sure that we map over from this Gmail module. We're getting all these properties of an email. So we want to bring over the date, so when the email was received, the subject line, and the body of the email, which is that text content. Then the prompt that we want to give it, we have that over here, already saved. So the scenario prompt, we want to analyze the provided email and extract the following details. And then we have our data points listed out. So I'll go ahead and copy paste that and bring it over into Make. Okay, so now we're ready to add our parameters or the data points that chat's going to be parsing from these emails. So I'll just copy paste these values over. We have the book date, which is the date the email was received, and that's going to be a text. And also adding examples really does help make sure that chat makes fewer errors. So I would recommend adding a couple, at least like 1 or 2 examples when you have them. And also I know this date can come in a few different formats, so it's good to show chat all the different ways it can come in. So I'll just do this for all of our different data points. And another thing to note, like for your own projects, whatever you might be doing this with, you can you can make these your own. You can use whatever data points work for you. So I'll go ahead and finish these up and get right back. Just double check this real quick. And yeah, so now our ChatGPT module should be ready to go. Now I'll add our Google Sheets module. I'll make sure the action is to add a row. And again, make sure you're connected to your Google Sheets instance or account. But also you can connect to your Google Drive account, and then it'll be connected to all of your Google accounts. It's the best way to go about it. Mine's connected to my Drive right now. So now by method, you select by path, your Drive, then you choose which file. So I have one called, so I know in my Toro file, I should have one called demo make Toro automation. So I'm actually gonna, and the sheet we're gonna import it to is the raw. Our table contains headers, and now we just map the data points that we grabbed from chat to our Google Sheets module. So we place reservation ID, book date, start date, end date. And now that we have this finished, we can come over here and change our maximum number of results to, let's say 50. Then once we run this, we can see our full output table is complete. if you do struggle with any part of this video, or if you're looking for something more tailored, then feel free to reach out to us. I hope this video has been beneficial for you, and I hope the rest of your day is light and full of joy. So, namaste. Don't let manual data entry slow down your business. Reach out to us today and save hours every week.